Okay, so little by little, I've slowly taken over the window box and making it a project that I've been planting up for the last 2 years now. And what we have here today is some beautiful new, they're called Soprano Bright Red Impatiens that we're using here. These are part shade to shade impatiens, and they're absolutely looking beautiful. It's a very beautiful bright red. And as you haven't noticed yet, we're going for a very patriotic coloring here. We got the red, we got the Diamond Frost Euphorbia here, which is a white, and then we have some Turina. I believe this one's called Grapelicious, but this is turning out to be a beautiful bed, a very patriotic looking bed, and we just love planting it up. Every year I think we've had some red in this window box here. So another reason I love planting this window box, or any window boxes, is because it basically becomes a garden of its own. Not just because we have it by the window and we have this beautiful view from inside out, and we have these beautiful boxwoods here that we're gonna go ahead and shape up soon, but again, this becomes a garden of its own. And usually when you can't plant stuff in the landscape, a window box is the perfect place to plant some plants that you normally wouldn't plant either in a container or in the landscape, and you want to have a beautiful setting. And going back to a lot of our older plantings, if you've noticed, this is a very shady spot in the garden, and we love to show that you can bring some color into a very shady spot in the garden without having to have some very full sun looking plants that are very colorful and bright as we have all over the garden here. These shade plants can give you that color in just a small space as well. All right guys, so very quick planting here in the window box, very patriotic. I'm loving this new Soprano Bright Red Impatient because I think it's gonna bring a lot of color, and that was the whole thing with this here, is bringing some color into a shady area. And then this window box is gonna be a garden of its own. Absolutely beautiful. This Grapelicious Turina with the Diamond Frost Euphorbia here. Once it starts to fill out, I think it's gonna look amazing. Okay, so before I close it out, I did wanna talk about what I used when I planted these plants here. Instead of using the slow release fertilizer that we normally use for proven winners in the containers, I went ahead and used Biotone because this is not a container, it's more of a bed. And we want to get that biotone to quickly get those roots fed and start to spread out in here, much like a container where those roots are only going to go so far, and it's going to take up that slow release as it heats up and the moisture builds in there. The biotone is going to help these roots quickly absorb any nutrients and water that it needs, and then we'll have a big, beautiful show here. But that's going to do it for the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you guys in the next one.